The atmosphere at London Stadium on the first day of BTS's concert felt different as the stage lights began to dim and the intro music slowly started to play. The thousands of armies who had previously filled the stadium with cheers gradually grew quieter, as if knowing that a special moment was about to begin. All eyes were fixed on the stage, waiting for Jimin and Jungkook to appear and perform Swim. The few seconds before the song started felt incredibly long for the fans. The remaining dim light, combined with an atmosphere full of anticipation, made the stadium seem to pause for a moment. Many fans held their phones higher, hoping to capture every single second of the performance right from the start. When the first notes of Swim began to ring out, the atmosphere remained filled with an unusual silence for a large-scale concert. The audience appeared deeply focused, watching Jimin and Jungkook's every opening move. That moment brought a dramatic impression, as if the entire stadium was holding its breath, waiting for what would happen next. That tension instantly turned into an explosion of energy when the main choreography began. The very first movement performed by Jimin and Jungkook in perfect unison triggered an incredible roar from all corners of the stadium. The screams of armies echoed so loudly that they blended with the thumping music, creating an unforgettable atmosphere. The two performed the choreography for Swim with impressive synchronization. Every step, body turn, and formation shift was executed with high precision. The audience cheered non-stop every time Jimin and Jungkook completed a sequence of movements that were powerful yet still looked effortless. One of the parts that caught the most attention was when the two moved with almost no pause, following the changing rhythm of the song. The constantly increasing tempo made the performance even more intense, while Jimin and Jungkook's confident expressions breathed life into the atmosphere. Many fans were seen screaming every time the choreography reached its climax. Fancam circulating after the concert showed how the crowd's noise steadily built up throughout the performance. In some parts, the cheers from armies were so powerful that they almost drowned out the music in the recordings. This demonstrated the immense enthusiasm of the audience for the duet performance. Not a few fans admitted to being mesmerized by Jimin and Jungkook's chemistry on stage. The two were able to maintain synchronized movements while delivering expressions that matched the mood of the song. The combination of technical dancing and natural interaction made the performance of Swim feel even more alive in front of tens of thousands of spectators. Moments after the song ended, the stadium was once again filled with long applause and cheers that showed no signs of fading. Many armies remained standing while chanting Jimin and Jungkook's names as a form of appreciation for the performance they had just witnessed. Some fans even immediately replayed the recordings they had just taken to once again enjoy every detail of the choreography. The performance of Swim on London Day 1 quickly became one of the most talked about topics among armies. Many fans pointed to the moment when the stadium suddenly fell silent before the song started, only to turn into a sea of screams when the choreography began, as one of the most memorable transitions of the night. For those who attended in person as well as those watching through fancams, the performance left a deep impression and became one of the most remembered highlights of the first day in London. One of the details that caught the most attention during the performance of Swim was Jimin's expressions, which constantly changed according to the flow of the song. Just before entering the dance break, he flashed a small smile that was instantly greeted by cheers from the fans. Although it lasted only a brief moment, it became one of the most discussed parts because it showed Jimin's confidence and comfort on stage. As the music entered a more intense section, Jimin's expression shifted to become far more focused. His gaze looked steady toward the front as he followed every count of the accelerating choreography. This change made his performance feel even more powerful, as if inviting the audience to immerse themselves in the energy being built throughout the song. Entering the sequence of movements that served as one of the most challenging parts of the Swim choreography, Jimin maintained consistent facial control. Every shift in rhythm was met with a different expression, ranging from a sharp gaze when the movements became more dynamic to a softer look when the song's tempo slowed down. This blend of technical dancing and the ability to convey emotion through expressions made his performance come alive, leaving a deep impression on many armies watching either live or through fancams. The energy displayed by Jimin and Jungkook on stage quickly spread throughout the stadium. Not only the fans in the front area of the stage, but also the audience in the stands were seen standing up to enjoy the performance of Swim. From various sides of the stadium, a sea of armies appeared to move along with the rhythm of the song, creating a view that further amplified the concert atmosphere. The light from the light sticks filling the stadium swayed along with the tempo of the music. When the rhythm slowed down, the wave of light moved more calmly, and then it swung faster again as the song entered a more energetic section. The combination of light from thousands of light sticks and the stage lighting made the atmosphere feel incredibly grand, as if the entire stadium had become a part of the show. The crowd's cheers continued to escalate as the song neared its climax. Every time Jimin and Jungkook completed the most intense sequences of movements, ARMY's screams grew louder, echoing throughout the stadium. This enthusiasm not only lasted until the song ended, but also carried over into long applause and cheers that filled the arena, proving that the performance of Swim successfully created one of the most memorable moments of the first day of the concert in London. The performance of Swim was ultimately considered one of the highlights of BTS's London Day 1 concert, not solely because of its stunning choreography. Its main appeal lay in how all elements of the show blended into a single cohesive unit capable of building the audience's emotions from the very first second the song began. From the silence before the music played to the explosion of cheers when the dance break started, every moment felt like it had its own role. The combination of the musical arrangement, the lighting design, and Jimin and Jungkook's stage presence allowed this song to deliver an experience that stood out from the other performances that night. The changing colors of the lights followed the dynamics of the music, while the visuals on the giant screens helped reinforce every transition in the choreography. All of these elements complemented one another, keeping the audience's attention locked onto the stage throughout the performance. The atmosphere created inside the stadium was also the reason why this moment was so memorable for the tens of thousands of ARMYs in attendance. They were not just watching a dance performance, but were actively feeling the shift in atmosphere that took place from the beginning to the end of the song. The silence full of anticipation, the cheers that echoed when the choreography reached its peak, and the long applause after the song ended became a chain of moments that made Swim remembered as one of the most memorable performances of BTS's London Day 1 concert. Once it entered the core section of Swim, the atmosphere at London Stadium shifted drastically once again. Cheers that had previously appeared only occasionally were now heard without end, accompanying every formation change displayed by Jimin and Jungkook. Many audience members seemed to keep their eyes glued to the stage, trying to catch every detail of the choreography that unfolded so quickly. The performance of the two managed to hold the audience's attention from the beginning to the end of the song. The synchronized movements, smooth transitions, and the way they adjusted every step to the rhythm of the music made the performance flow seamlessly. Quite a few ARMYs were seen holding their phones higher to ensure the moment was recorded clearly, while others chose to enjoy the performance directly without taking their eyes off the stage. Every time Jimin and Jungkook entered the most dynamic parts of the choreography, the roar of the stadium escalated once more. The audience's applause and screams answered one another, creating an atmosphere that further fueled the excitement inside the arena. This enthusiasm persisted until the song ended, confirming that the performance of Swim did not just showcase the dancing skills of both members, but also became a moment capable of uniting the energy of tens of thousands of ARMYs into one rhythm. Shortly after the concert ended, social media was immediately flooded with posts from fans who were still carried away by the vibe of the Swim performance. Many ARMYs named Jimin and Jungkook's performance as one of the most memorable of the first night of the concert in London. Short clips from various angles of the stadium began to circulate widely, and became a hot topic of discussion in various fan communities. A number of fans admitted to repeatedly replaying fancams to re-enjoy every detail of the choreography they might have missed while watching it live. Some paid attention to the synchronization of the movements, while others focused on Jimin and Jungkook's expressions during each change in the song's tempo. As more videos were uploaded from different angles, more small details were discovered and discussed by fans. The teamwork between Jimin and Jungkook became one of the things that received the most praise. Many fans felt that the two were able to deliver a performance that felt incredibly harmonious, starting from the precision of their movements, the formation changes, to the way they built energy on stage. For many ARMYs, the combination of dancing skills, stage presence, and the chemistry displayed by Jimin and Jungkook made Swim one of the most impactful and memorable performances of BTS's London Day 1 concert. The success of the Swim performance on London Day 1 led many ARMYs to place high hopes on the upcoming concerts. In various social media posts, not a few fans expressed their hope that the song would remain part of the setlist in the next cities. For them, Swim did not only deliver stunning choreography, but also became one of the moments most capable of raising the audience's enthusiasm inside the stadium. In addition to hoping the song would be kept, many fans were also curious about whether Jimin and Jungkook would bring new variations to future performances. Some armies predicted that there might be small changes in the formation, movement transitions, or on-stage interactions that would give each concert its own unique characteristics. This curiosity grew stronger because the two are known for often adding different touches to their live performances. Whatever form it takes later, the performance of Swim in London has set high expectations for the next tour stops. Armies are now waiting to see if the same energy, strong chemistry, and incredible atmosphere created in London can be repeated in the next city. Until that time comes, the moment when London Stadium turned from silent to roaring thanks to Jimin and Jungkook's performance will always be remembered as one of the most memorable highlights of the concert series.